Good morning. My name is Chris O'Brien. I'm the Operations Section Chief Trainee on the Elk Fire. And today, before we get started talking about the Elk Fire, what I wanted to talk about were two ideas that we have. One is complex and one is dynamic. And the Elk Fire itself is a complex fire, and we have a complex incident management team on it. And what that means is that we enjoy solving difficult problems, right? And this particular fire is difficult. It's challenging in many ways. It's in rugged terrain, steep terrain, different fuel types. We have communities that are directly affected by this fire, and we want to make sure that we're doing the best job possible we can to protect those communities, keep people safe and sound. So we're working really hard in solving some of these problems that we're having. And we're doing a great job. The crews on the ground are working really hard. And dynamic. And by dynamic, what I want to talk about is we have a number of things that influence this fire, and that's dynamic, right? And that the dynamic nature of that creates the complexity. So we have changes in fuel types, we have weather, we have the topography, breeze, all of these things, they make this fire really dynamic. So it has stayed in place. The crews have done an excellent job holding this in place and staying within the containment lines. And with that, we're going to start talking about the elk, which is now at 73,074 acres and at 35% containment. Starting up in Division Alpha, we were able to declare the steep fire that was an initial attack fire out. So that fire is no longer a threat. And then in Alpha proper, the crews continue to work along Hobo Creek. They're putting in direct line where they can. They're addressing the fire's edge. They're making sure that the area just to the north here that has 3 structures in it, the lines that they've put in place are secure, which they are. And the crew feels really confident that they've protected those 3 structures and there's no more threat to those. Now that can change if the fire gets really active and starts throwing spots, but the lines that they have in place right now are excellent line, and they're very confident with them and they're very comfortable with them. Moving down through Alpha, the crews are continuing to monitor the fire's edge. And what that means is that they're watching the fire, they're taking advantage of opportunities to get in there when they can and get directly on the line and create more containment line on the fire there. Where they can't do that, they're monitoring it, they're allowing the fire to come to them, and when the fire arrives at them, when they're in a good place on the ground for the fire operation to be able to be executed in a safe and reduced risk manner, then they will attack the fire. So they're just allowing the fire to kind of slowly work its way towards them. They're monitoring it, and when they get into a position where they can attack the fire, they will. Moving down into Gulf, we had a lot of support from our partners in Hinsdale County over the last couple of days. They've given us a dozer, and that dozer's been working with the crews in there, and they've actually, their last shift was at the end of shift yesterday. So we appreciate the support that we've received from Hinsdale County, as well as we have a dozer in there from the local forest, the GMUG. So that continues to do work. There's about 1/3 of a mile of line left in there to construct with that dozer. So we're hoping by the end of shift tomorrow, that mechanical line in there will be complete. We also have a couple of hand crews in there that are working to kind of clean up that fire's edge right against the dozer line. So they're going in and they're taking advantage of the mechanical line work that's happening in there to really address the fire in that area. The goal of all of that is to help to exclude the San Juan, Elk, and the Lake City neighborhoods from the fire. And that is our primary objective in this area, is to protect Lake City, San Juan, and Elk neighborhood from the fire. We do have a structure protection group down in there. They've been a presence the entire time. They have equipment set up and they're ready to go in case the fire does decide to get up and move, especially if it starts throwing spots. They'll be able to protect the city and the 2 communities to the north. Moving out, our contingency plan is in place. If the fire was to cross the 149 corridor right now, conditions are such that we don't feel that that's going to be a necessity, so we have not put in any line over there, but we're ready to go, and we have a solid plan in place to do that in the event that that happens. And last night was the last night for night shift. So the night shift folks got out on the line last evening. They patrolled, made sure that everything was secure. Then they bedded down early, and they've joined us now today on the day shift, and they'll be starting to do their work with us out in the field today as additional resources on the Elk Fire in the various divisions. So I think we've got some great plans in place. We're really working hard towards creating success on this fire and keeping our communities safe. I hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.